Andres, co-founder and CEO of Comake. That's short for collaborative making, and we're turning your file directories into visual networks. So let me tell you what this means, right? Information is much more accessible online today than it was a few years ago. It's even more accessible than it is on your personal computers, right? The basic idea is that you used to have information organized into directories, like you see on Amazon over here, that relied purely on the seller's claims about what those products were. Today, when you browse Amazon, you're looking largely at the network of prior interactions and transactions that users have had over that content over time. This is true across the board, right? Networks are pretty good. LinkedIn took flat lists of resumes and job postings and turned them into a network of relationships between users. Google took individually indexed pages and created a network of links between pages and user interactions over those pages to better help you access the information. WeWork took individually leased office space and created networks and communities between companies and so forth. But the basic thing that you have on your computer, the most widely used directory system on Earth, remains in this old paradigm. And that's really a bit crazy, right? So this is the problem that we're tackling, and it's an expensive problem. You have employees, knowledge workers, spending on average 1.8 hours a day looking for information that already exists on your company's servers, right? This is like hiring 5 employees, and for every 5 employees you hire, they're not producing anything. They're just looking for content that already exists and has already been created, right? And we've all been that guy. We've all been that guy trying to find an email, a file attachment in an email or in your directories, on your Google Drive, on your USB even, right? And it gets worse as you add more people and as you add more content. Trying to find multiple people putting their hands in the same pot gets messy, right? I worked on this problem in architecture, where you have a central server with a lot of content organized in folders within folders by project number. And this content is people try to reuse this content project across project. Of course, it's not just architecture that struggled to access the information effectively. You look at investment bankers reusing old financial models from old deals into new projects. How do you know where to sort of look? Starting with architecture, because we know what architecture is about. We've interviewed and verified this problem with over 50 firms, right? We have pilots set up with the 2 that you see over here, WeWork and Perkins & Will. WeWork corporate being obviously a design firm as well. And then there's a whole bunch of other companies that are interested in working with us, right? What is the product? What exactly are we doing? This is probably how your drive looks today, just basic hierarchies with information stored in a way that's largely based on how information was stored in libraries, physical products, or books that had to be put under one type of categorization. Today, when you're interacting with your content, you're really attaching it, making copies, you're sending it in emails, putting it in tasks, messaging platforms, and it starts to get messy and you start to have a lot of confusion as you interact with it more, as you do more work over it. What if you could begin to see the paths that this information takes, be able to follow it through, understand the connections that are already there, be able to browse them visually? You can really think of Comake as the plus, right? We work with the tools that you already use so that you don't have to change your workflow. Really, it's about showing you what already exists within your systems. And we do it in a way that's, frankly, should be pretty recognizable. We are a browser. We don't ask you to change where you store your content. But the problem with this browser is that the information, similar to how you had Internet 1.0, remains disconnected, right? It remains in copies spread out across the system. What if you could see not just a little bit of metadata about what it's called when it was modified and maybe even its size, but what if you could see all the emails it was attached in, all of the files that it's associated with, all of the places that it's been copied to or sent from, right? This is Comake. This is working, by the way. This is just a screenshot, but we have an actual working platform. And we reveal the hidden connections that exist within your content, regardless of where your content is stored and regardless of how you interact with it, right? We're taking disconnected archives of information and files and turning it into connected networks, right? We're Desktop 2.0. We help you work smarter, produce better work through access to an on-demand collective memory. We help you be more creative by showing you the hidden connections that already exist within your content, and so you can focus on the new stuff, as opposed to having to recreate the old stuff over and over again. If this interests you, you guys should really sign up on comake.io, because we're getting ready to launch our pilot. We have a free tier. We give you all of this for free, essentially. You can use it for free forever, with certain restrictions. We don't let you see histories older than 100 days, so you can't access as much information as you might like to unless you pay. We charge you $35 an hour. If your time is worth $35 an hour and we improve your access, your time spent searching for information and recreating information by 25%, you're looking at a 10x return on investment, right? So there's a big business behind this. I won't bore you with too much of the details, but we've gone through alpha testing already with Cornell Studios, right? We've gone through eLab. We have a lot of people that are interested in working with us. And we're here today. I'll give you a little bit of a snapshot of our week. On Monday, Adler, my co-founder, was interviewed for the second time by the Thiel Fellowship. On Tuesday, we were final round interview at Y Combinator. We're here today, and tomorrow we're going to New York State Business Plan competition. We are launching our beta in a few weeks, so guys, please sign up, www.comake.io. The team is great. I come from architecture. Just finished my master's in computer graphics. I have a couple patents pending. We have architects, engineers, computer scientists. Adler has startup experience, took a semester off to work on this full time. Jack also took a semester off to work on this full time. People really believe in this. Ishan turned down Amazon to come work with us starting in June. Amazing team of advisors, industry leaders across the board, right? And thank you very much. Again, phones out, please sign up, www.comake.io. If you know anyone that struggles to manage their collective drives effectively, send them our way. And if you want to join us, this is why we're here.